Hey everybody, KC here. So I want to talk about branding today. And specifically, I want to talk about this brand new streaming service that went online yesterday called Paramount Plus. Now, I'm going to guess you're at least somewhat aware of this, unless, of course, you spent the last couple of months in a cave with no access to mass media. It's a brand new streaming service, except that it's not really a brand new streaming service. It is, in fact, a rebranding and repositioning of CBS-All Access. Now, this is interesting to me because, Paramount has got a lot of history, right? It was founded in 1912. Do you know Paramount's the only major movie studio that's actually in Hollywood? But its history is both illustrious and inglorious. They've had a lot of tough times at Paramount over the years. It's been sold and bought and sold and bought a number of times. But Paramount, in fact, is the home of the Indiana Jones movies, the Jack Ryan movies, the Star Trek movies, the Mission Impossible movies, the Godfather movies. Back in the 70s and 80s, which is really a heyday, Paramount is where they made Chinatown, The Parallax View, Rosemary's Baby, Love Story, 3 Days of the Condor. Next door to Paramount was this little studio back in the 50s and 60s called Desilu, which was created by Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. And at one point, Desilu was making these 3 series. Paramount bought Desilu, and Paramount got these three series. At one point on the Paramount lot, they were shooting at the same time Star Trek, Mission Impossible, and Mannix. And listen, those are like 3 of my favorite TV series of all time. I can't even imagine what that was like. Paramount Studios are totally cool. I actually was on the Paramount lot once to pitch a TV series. They didn't buy it, or you and I wouldn't be having this conversation right now. Paramount is where they made Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, Taxi, Mork and Mindy, Cheers, Frasier, right? A lot of names that you know. But here's the question I would ask. Did you know that Paramount made all those? I'm guessing probably not. I mean, I'm a movie nerd. I went to film school, so I sort of pay attention to this stuff. But I'm going to guess that most people, most civilians, would have no idea that Paramount is the source of all that product and a lot more. So the question I keep asking is, is Paramount Plus really a better brand name than CBS All Access? Are the folks at Paramount expecting that people are going to know something that most of them don't actually know? I remember I had the same feeling back when FedEx bought Kinko's and wanted to rebrand it as FedEx Office. I thought, listen, they did it. I thought it was a lousy idea. But I know a lot of people, myself included, who when I'm going off to FedEx Office, I say to Mrs. Conte, I'm going up to Kinko's. I'll be back. And I still call it Kinko's. It hasn't been called Kinko's in a long time. You know what's interesting? And I just don't know if this is a move on the part of Paramount, that it may be just not worth all of the effort they're going to have to put into it to make it work. Now, there is, of course, another possibility, which is that the folks at Paramount may believe that CBS, because it is basically a broadcast band, they could be obsolete in 10 years. In which case, they have actually a bigger problem than just rebranding the product. I do think, though, that rebranding CBS All Access, and by the way, yesterday morning, I signed on because I was curious how different it was going to be. They hadn't even made the change on their app. It was really weird. You go in through Prime to go to CBS to see if they've remodeled it, and they haven't. So I'm just not sure what all the hubbub is about. Listen, the thing is that they're going to have to decide at some point, okay, is this going to be worth it? I suppose they've made the commitment. They must have good reasons for doing it. But I think it's really important that established brands have to, know what they stand for, but they also have to understand the level to which people understand who they are, right? You have to know who you are, but you have to make damn sure that other people, your customers, know who you are. Otherwise, all the branding effort and money and promotions and all the stuff they're going to do, that's going to be a lot of work. And I'm just not sure, especially going into a marketplace where it's very competitive, because it seems like I'm the only guy out there without a streaming service, and I'm considering it. It's a very competitive marketplace. So we'll see. I'll be curious to see how it turns out, but at least I know where I can go if I want to watch an Indiana Jones, Jack Ryan, Star Trek, or Mission Impossible movie. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this morning. As always, I want to hear what's on your mind.